Guys, we got some major news. Amazon may be considering a Bitcoin reserve. This first came from a global think tank, but now their shareholders want it. So they have to take it into consideration. Looks like that Microsoft effect is kind of spreading, and others want Bitcoin to protect their investments. So what happened? A global think tank proposed Bitcoin reserve to Amazon. Basically, they want to do it by next year. And the proposal is the same as Microsoft's proposed by Michael Taylor a few weeks ago. And it is the National Center for Public Policy Research, an independent global conservative think tank based in Washington, D.C., has proposed Bitcoin's strategic reserve to the world's fifth largest company. This proposal aims to bid the cash and cash equivalent of the company, which accounts for $88 billion, that includes U.S. government, corporate, and foreign bonds, to consider adding Bitcoin to its strategic reserve. So, once this got dumped on Microsoft and they proposed it, a lot of these other places chimed in as well because they don't want to fall behind. I think it's not going to only be Microsoft, Amazon. It's going to be like all the world's top companies that actually consider Bitcoin for reserves, and many of them are probably going to get one. Obviously, people are looking at inflation, and people are looking at the maximum gains that Bitcoin has gotten over the years. They understand that it could go down from year to year, but over a 4-year cycle, it will always go up. So this obviously got some investors excited, and a group of shareholders, probably big shareholders, have urged the company to allocate at least 5% of its assets to Bitcoin. So the proposal suggests that Amazon should consider investing in Bitcoin so as to protect shareholder value from inflation. Obviously, inflation has come down, but it's still there every year. So they want at least 5% of the company assets to be allocated to Bitcoin. The proposal points out that Bitcoin has outperformed other assets such as corporate bonds in recent years. I don't really know what Jeff Bezos or other people think about this, but if you have a bunch of big investors that want Bitcoin, I'm sure there's other people that go along with it. So a group of Amazon shareholders is pushing for the company to allocate a minimum of 5% of its assets to Bitcoin through a proposal submitted by the National Center of Public Policy Research. So they're actually looking at this policy submission. They're like, hey, we want that for Amazon. The proposal shared by Tim Kotzman recommends Bitcoin addition to Amazon's treasury as a hedge against inflation and asset diversification strategy. Asset diversification, very, very important. And 5, maybe 6% of Amazon's treasury, not too much for them to actually go on. Even if Bitcoin tanks, you still have the other 95%. It cites Bitcoin's superior performance compared to traditional assets like corporate bonds, obviously greater risk, but at this point, I don't think anyone really thinks Bitcoin is going to zero, maybe besides Peter Schiff, but we don't really care about Peter Schiff. While pointing to existing Bitcoin investments by companies like MicroStrategy and Tesla. And you're citing that MicroStrategy, holding Bitcoin on its balance sheet, has outperformed Amazon stock by 537%. So they're using actual corporate metrics to do this. And this is going to be hard for Amazon to ignore, especially if more and more of its investors want Amazon to invest in Bitcoin. Amazon has not issued a public response to the proposal, though the company has previously demonstrated interest in blockchain technology. So, you got like 2 of the world's top 5 companies thinking about investing in crypto now. Microsoft's board says they should vote to not push it, but I think the investors are going to want it. Amazon, I don't know if they're going to put it up to a vote or something, but there's enough investor interest to actually make a proposal. So Bitcoin is making headway with a lot of big companies. Yes, I'm sorry, it's not your project coin, it's not your pet coin, it's just Bitcoin. They're not really interested in any other coins right now. Bitcoin is kind of like their look at the store of value, and that's the only one they're buying for the time being. But as long as Bitcoin goes up, the rest of those coins go up as well. So this is really, really good news. So that's the news. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button, and I will see you guys later.